wanted to offer something that made cooking and eating healthy cheap, really, really easy, sociable, right, and in a way that people could do and just try to keep that healthy eating in their lives. It became very fascinating to me how I could keep my energy up, but not just my brain function and energy up, but also my emotional and mental well-being, which they're inextricably linked. What are some of the 5 main things that our brain needs to function optimally, right? And very simply, it is hydration, complex carbohydrates, proteins, good fats, micronutrients and phytonutrients. And so just looking at those things and also debunking some of those myths like good fats are good, right? Carbohydrates are good. And then we looked at a few things like sugar and caffeine, booze a little bit, right? Some of those things that we reach toward very instinctively when the energy and the mood and the optimism is dropping. So what can we do? How can we learn about it? And just give students an opportunity to learn about those different categories and just reflect on their own habits and again, where the challenges are and where we can build in just new awareness and maybe new habits for the upcoming school year.
I thought it was really informative and helpful, definitely.
And what did you learn?
I learnt that cold broccoli is not necessarily bad.
Very useful, very interesting, and lots of good ideas to take away, and also some nice food to sample as well.
Do you think that students are very lazy when it comes to prioritising meals?
I think that's a bit of a generalisation. I'm sure some are, but I think if you get into a good habit, and it's quite a social thing to cook as well, so no, you can make your own things quite easily and quite cheaply.
There's so many options that it's very easy just to go somewhere and buy food.
I suppose typical meals would have been very much meat, potatoes, vegetables, and not the range of things that we might have now.
I was working with an incredible chef, so I learned a lot about brain function and how food affects our ability to learn and take on new information. And she worked out the menu, but again, we wanted to make this really, really friendly. We wanted to make it accessible and fun. Wanted to give people an opportunity to reflect on what enables them to eat well, what challenges they find in eating well, and just to work out how they can get in their favorite foods and tastes and do it in a really healthy, simple and fresh way.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what sort of foods you're currently eating or what you would choose to eat yourself?
Well, I do eat sort of healthy meals in the evening, but coming here to classes during the daytime, it's very tempting just to pop into the coffee shop and have something unhealthy. So it's good to know some things to be able to make in advance to bring to class.
I like to eat sort of a lot of steak, burgers, etc., that sort of thing. Lots of red meat. I found at school I wasn't really taught how to cook. I think we had some lessons in sort of healthy eating, but the cooking skills weren't taught.
It's much easier to make things up in batches, as we were being told today, using different grains and pulses and not having to rely on meat, potatoes for everything.
There are so many challenges in doing a postgraduate degree. It is one of the most incredible and beneficial experiences of my life, but there were a lot of things that I think that we don't plan for that can actually draw our energy and attention away from our study. And obviously healthy eating and having that really clean, good, strong brain fuel is a great way to sort of eliminate some of those challenges and blockages. And so we wanted, again, just to provide something that was really accessible, really fun, simple and fresh for people to learn about.
Looking after yourself and what you eat requires time. Will you have that priority and will you make time going forward to make those healthy meals?
I'll definitely try it.
It's always good to be reminded, and of course with recipes changing and ideas changing, it's good to get some new things.
And has today changed your view about that at all?
I think it has, yeah, because I never thought I would have had like cold broccoli, for example, and enjoyed it. So definitely it's changed it.
And for people that are interested in this event or events similar to this, is there anywhere they can go to get more information?
Well, certainly reach out to the Postgraduate Centre. They have done a great job here at Queen's, really offering a good depth and breadth of things for students to really look after not only their academics but their mental and emotional well-being. Also, you can reach out to Flow Studio Belfast, which is our yoga studio. We are a drop-in yoga studio but also a centre of education as well. So you can get a hold of us at info@flowstudiobelfast, all one word, .com.